This is a demonstration of some of the basic capabilities of MediaView, a general purpose document preparation and browsing system. I'm going to open MediaView by clicking on this icon, which represents a MediaView file, and it actually is a user manual that was distributed with MediaView in the early 1990s, 1992. Double clicking on it is going to open up the MediaView browser, and it will insert this document, and it will have not only text, but we'll see some other hypermedia components as well. There we have it. That's the document. I'll just scroll up so we can see it at the beginning. And it's overview, and it says MediaView is a general purpose multimedia digital publication system. And below that are citations to several papers that were written about MediaView that appeared in several journals. The text is easy to insert. You can type it directly. You can use already prepared documents of different formats and just drag and drop them into a MediaView window, and they will automatically convert to a default text format. In addition to the text, though, we'll see that there are some icons embedded in this document. And these are basic icons. The first one is called a read it note. And should one wish to highlight some particular portion of a document by putting in a note with some additional information, it would be this. And so we're seeing the read it note capability, and in this particular case it just says the read it note can contain an arbitrary amount of text, etc. But notice that it can also contain figures, so a TIFF or PostScript file can be dropped in, and that can be part of the document. In addition, it's possible to drop another post-it note inside the post-it note, and that would then have a collection of them, and we'd have a recursive post-it note. A little further along, this icon represents what we call a draw it note. And it really, as it says here, it's just a modest sketching capability. And I can just select any one of these toolbars up at the top, and clicking this one, I'll draw a circle, for example. Clicking this one, I can type some things, hello, and so on. And then I can save that. But another thing that I can do, if I just wanted to use this temporarily to create some graphics that I want to embed in this document or another document, I can click on this button and then click on the circle that I just put in there. And now I'll go up to the edit menu, and I'll say copy that, and I can close this up and go to another location down here, let's say, and then I can go to the edit menu and say paste that. And so the circle that I just drew in the temporary draw it note allows me to create graphics that I can drop into this document or any other document. The third uh, icon that we see here is supposed to represent a little speaker. It's called a hear it note. And when I click on that,
a hear it note can contain voice, music, or any sound you wish to include.
all right, and so it's possible to record anything and drop it into a document to again enhance the character of the document if there's some information that you would want to put in. Um, just to show how simple it is to create a document in MediaView, I have another file prepared here, which is called it's a paper that is part of the next step documentation, and it's in the RTF format, rich text format. All I need to do is to drag that from the file browser into this location, and it will convert it into a MediaView document. And I won't spend a lot of time talking about it, but this is how easy it was to incorporate yet another document into MediaView. One of the other things that MediaView was designed for was the capability of using it as a teaching tool. And so I'd like to just demonstrate one here very briefly. This is called a built-in live algorithm. So this is a portion of a textbook, as a matter of fact, which uh, is Introduction to Computer Graphics. And there is a section in the book that deals with how you draw lines and circles and other graphical entities on a what is a raster graphics display, typical of any television display. And so there is a the representation in the C language of the algorithm that you would actually use. Well, the student can click on this and have a little laboratory to see what would happen. So here's the idealized line, and we'll see what that program is actually causing to happen. It approximates it at best as best it can, and this is greatly expanded and blown up. And the same thing can be done for a circle. That we also have a algorithm laboratory for a circle, and there's the idealized circle, and there is the rasterized circle that would appear. Now, finally, I wanted to go back to the first overview paper, and we've been talking about uh, basic capabilities of MediaView. I'd like to demonstrate one more, which is the capability of playing live video through MediaView into a external screen. And so I'll begin, start the video playing.
Everyone. All right. My son, are you excited? All right. Tell everybody your name. Oh, she's getting ready. She's got to clear her throat. Can you tell them your name? Einstein. Yes, Einstein. Say hi. Can you say hi? Hello.
So that's a capability and of playing video through MediaView. And if I wanted to do a frame grab, I click on this icon, and here is that frame replicated, and I can save it and use it in another document. Last thing I'd like to point out is that in this MediaView document, in this location right here, and it's small, but I'll read it for you. It points out that there are several basic components that are standard, but it also says in MediaView it supports dynamic loading of custom components. And if you're a programmer, you can develop a custom component and incorporate it into MediaView very, very simply. In fact, there was a document that went out with this distribution in 1992, which was a step-by-step guide for how to write such a thing. I'd like to demonstrate just one of these right now, and I'm going to look for a file. Here's with the name 3D MVCUST. That stands for MediaView Custom Component. And the way I incorporate it into this MediaView session is just to drop it into that location. That location is called the icon well, by the way, because that contains the location where you instantiate each of these capabilities into a MediaView document. And in fact, let's do that. Let's actually instantiate this 3D component that we've just put in here. And this is now an embedded 3D manipulation data set. A capability, and to find a data set, I'll just go over here and find something called house.3D and click on that, and this simple little data set has been incorporated into this document. And that is now a full-fledged MediaView component. And in fact, as I can do copying, cutting, pasting, and so on with anything in MediaView, it's a full WYSIWYG capability. Let me just take this entire entity, and I'll copy it. And then I will, well, let's create a new document. And then I will go to Edit then and paste that in there. And not only is this just a replica of the graphical capability, it also replicates the interactive capability. So this has been a demonstration of basic MediaView capabilities. There are a large variety of advanced capabilities as well.